Hello, everyone. Welcome to the part two of the Self Esteem series on the journey within. My name is Manika. For those of you who are new, most welcome. I live in Brisbane, in Australia, and we did part one last Monday of the Self Esteem series. So if you haven't watched it, you can watch it anytime. It's uploaded on the same group. And today we will be doing the part two, which is going a little deeper in our own subtle system to understand what self-esteem really is and how we can take small steps through meditation to improve our own self-esteem. So as always, whenever we begin a session, we always raise our kundalini and put ourselves in bandhan. So, of the certain rules of meditation, one of the most important rules is to keep your hands open. Until and unless you're instructed otherwise, please keep your hands open, palm facing upwards, so your hands will gently rest in your laps. So try to relax wherever you're sitting. These 15-20 minutes or half an hour is for you. So take your time, settle down nicely. You can sit on a chair or you can sit on the ground. It's absolutely okay. Your comfort is important. Until and unless you are comfortable, your attention will always be loitering around. So please sit comfortably. Let's take a deep breath. Breathe in. Hold your breath. And breathe out. Breathe in again. Hold your breath and breathe out. Gently move your shoulders around. Try to be a little aware of the tension you might have built up inside on your shoulders or in your neck. And try to ease yourself and comfort yourself. Now in the part one, just to give a quick recap, we talked about self-esteem in relation to three different aspects in our own personalities. The first being the ego, second being the fear, and the third, of course, is your self-esteem. We spoke about how our actions, the actions that we choose, they are responsible for shaping our personality. Now, before we begin, I'd like to point out something that when I was sitting to prepare for this meditation today, I was thinking of quite a few things that I would say to you. Of course, it's very hard to remember and plan exactly because these meditations should be spontaneous. But one thing that came to my attention very strongly was our actions have only shaped our past. They have shaped who we have been till now. They have only shaped our past, but our intentions shape our future. What you want to do in the future, your intentions for that will shape your future. So if there is any guilt that you've accumulated because of the actions of the past, it is all done and it's over. It's something you cannot change. It's something which is way in the past, so you can leave that aside. But today we can build intentions, pure intentions, to have a lovely future ahead. And most of that can be based on your self-respect and your self-esteem. I was listening to one of the lectures of Shri Mataji. Shri Mataji is the founder of Sahaja Yoga, the source of all the knowledge that I am sharing with you today. And in that lecture, I might have told this in the last series as well, in the first part as well, she said that we become aware of our self-respect only when our self-respect is challenged. Only when you feel you are insulted, you remember that, oh, that person has just hurt my self-respect. So she very rightly said, if we are aware of our self-respect all the time, if we are self-respecting towards ourselves all the time, then it is very easy to understand the fine line of difference between self-respect and ego. Now let's break this down and make it very simple to understand. In a situation where somebody insults me, for example, I get in a scenario where somebody says something to me which I find insulting, and probably that person is rude to me in front of a few people. So I feel insulted because it has definitely hurt my ego and my self-respect both. In a situation like that, all of a sudden I awaken that how dare he say something like that to me in front of so many people. Now, in that situation, in the heat of that moment, we find it very hard to stay in balance. And when we lose that balance, we immediately fail to understand the difference between ego and self-respect. Everything becomes a matter of ego and prestige in that matter, at that point of time. All of a sudden, our self-respect is not hurt, our ego is hurt. However, let's step out of that situation. If we are self-respecting towards ourselves all the time, if we understand ourselves, if we respect ourselves enough, in a situation where somebody has insulted us, in that scenario, you can still maintain your calm, you can still maintain your balance, and you can understand the difference between self-respect and ego. Now you would be thinking, why am I talking about these two in a separate manner? I'll explain that as well. So bear with me for a minute. What happens is that when our ego is hurt, what it does is it gives us a false sense of, like a sense of insecurity. All of a sudden, say for example, and let me think of a good example to quote here. Let's talk about our Agya Chakra. Alright. For example, now again, if somebody has said something to us where we have, like I gave this example last time as well, if you have done something, maybe your fault, may not be your fault, but a person tells you that you made a mistake. Again, we don't know what that situation is, so we don't know whether it was my fault or it wasn't my fault. But if somebody comes and tells me immediately that you made a mistake, a very small hint of fear will generate inside of me. And that fear will slowly germinate into insecurity. And that is where the ego sweeps in to cover up that void, to cover up that insecurity. And it immediately takes you into a state of denial. You deny the mistake that has been done. You deny that it is your fault. So there is a lack of acceptance. That lack of acceptance of your mistake or whatever little fault would be from your side, you fail to accept that. In that situation, where we don't even accept that it's our fault, you can never make self-improvement. You can never grow. And that is where the stagnation happens. So it is very, very important to understand what ego is and what self-respect is. So if you respect yourself enough every time, you will always introspect. You will not go in a state of denial. You will not feel angered. You will not feel like your ego is hurt, because that becomes an opportunity. Every time you feel circumstances are a little adverse, every time you feel something is happening which you had not planned, something is happening which is challenging you, something is happening where people are saying things to you which are slightly unpleasant or undesirable or unwanted, you will treat it as an opportunity to introspect, to step back and first think, am I at fault? Did I do something which could have been the reason for me being in this situation right now? When that introspection happens, the balance sets in. It gives you time. And in that time, the ego most likely does not find a space. It just goes away. It finds it hard to find its roots and settle down nicely to make you uncomfortable. It just goes away. And in that moment, when the growth happens after the introspection, that almost in a most certain manner means you are respecting yourself, you are prioritizing yourself, you are making self-improvement first. And that is the most important step to be more self-respecting. So for the second series today, what we have to remember is, whenever you're in a situation like this, always remember, respect yourself and introspect. Always try to step out of that situation, which is very, very heaty, situation that is making you react. Try to step out of it first, without reacting. Introspect. Am I at fault? Am I being compassionate here? Am I being forgiving here? Am I being loving here? Am I being sincere? Am I satisfied? Or am I being greedy? Am I forgiving or am I angry? Do I have any resentment? Do I have any anxiety or frustration built up inside of me? Try to introspect. And I know it's hard to correct everything in one go, but try to identify what is that one factor which is bothering me the most right now, and try to work on that first. For example, in a situation where that person was insulting me, if I introspect and step back, I will realize, first of all, I'm getting very, very angry. So first thing that I would do, I would place my right hand on my forehead and then just say, I forgive. I forgive. I forgive that person and I forgive that situation. Very important. Now that my anger seems to settle down a little bit, then I should introspect. Was I really at fault or am I trying to lie to myself? If I am at a fault, try to introspect. What was my mistake? Was I late in delivering? Was I not sincere enough? Was it a mistake that I genuinely did not know I made? Like, it is not necessary you would have made that mistake intentionally. Was it unintentional? Try to think of those things and try to introspect. Also, after your introspection, it is very important to forgive yourself also and not feel guilty. Like I said, our actions are only our past, but our intentions, they create our future. So in today's meditation, keeping these points in mind, let's have a meditation to set our intention right. So let's sit comfortably again and slowly you can close your eyes. So first of all, let's try to balance ourselves a little. So let's keep both of our hands on the Mother Earth or if you're sitting on a chair, just point your hands towards the Mother Earth. Let's try to feel the earth beneath our hands. The earth which is sustaining us, keeping us alive, just like a mother. It is providing us with all the conducive environment which can sustain the life that we are living today. Let's thank the Mother Earth for the gravity inside of her that is keeping us grounded. And let's humbly pray to Mother Earth to bestow this gift of gravity inside of us a little more, so we can be grounded a little more. And if there is anything that is unnecessary inside of us, any negativity, anything which is in excess, which is undesirable or unwanted, we will just pray to Mother Earth to remove all of that excess heat or excess negativity from inside of us. Now we will bring our left hand in our lap, and our right hand will still stay on the Mother Earth. And here, we will pray again to the Mother Earth to balance our left side. The left side is our side of past and our emotions. If there is any guilt associated with our past, any resentment related to our past, we will pray to the Mother Earth to please remove all these negativities from inside of us. Any undesirable thoughts, any impure desires, Mother Earth, please remove all the negativities from my left side and kindly absorb them inside of you. Now, we will bring our right hand in our lap and we will place our left hand towards the sky by slightly bending our arm on the elbow. So your hand will be facing towards you and your elbow, so your arm will be facing towards, your hand will be towards the sky. Sort of creating a chimney with your left hand. Here, we will try to clear our right side. Our right side is the side of our future. It is the side of our action. So we will pray to the ether element to remove all the excess heat from our right side. All the planning that we have done, all all the heat that we have generated inside of us because of the actions we take, we will pray to the ether element to remove all the right-sided impurities and imbalances. Any greed we may have, the lack of satisfaction inside of us, the lack of forgiveness inside of us, the lack of wisdom inside of us, and all the impure desires, we will pray to the ether element to remove them. Now, we will slowly bring our hands, palm facing upwards. So we will have both our hands very close to our heart. If you are unsure, you can always look at the screen. And here we will try to bring ourselves in the center, which is the present. Here we will pray for all the good qualities. We will pray to our Kundalini energy, our motherly energy. Mother, please make me innocent. Innocent like a small child, so that I have pure intentions always, so that I am never hurtful towards anybody. So Mother, please make me innocent like a child. Mother, please give me wisdom so that I can always differentiate the right from the wrong. Again, something which will always help us in setting our intentions right. So Mother, please give me wisdom. Mother, please make me satisfied. All that I have is enough for me. Please remove all the greed and make me generous from inside. Make me giving and satisfied. Mother, please open my heart with love and compassion. And please make me compassionate with a lot of wisdom and discretion, so that my compassion does not turn into sympathy. Please make me a loving and compassionate person. Remove all the fear and insecurity from within me, and please fill me with love from inside. Mother, please give me sweetness in my voice, so that every time I speak, I bring smile on the other person's face. Please do not make me a cause for anybody's agony. Please give me sweetness and diplomacy in my voice, in my words. And please remove all the guilt that I may have accumulated. Mother, and most importantly, make me a forgiving person. I am not this ego, and I am not my conditionings. I am not my habits. I am a pure spirit, and I am not this anger. So please make me forgiving, not just towards everybody else, but also towards myself. Let's bring our right hand on the top of our head, which is the fontanel bone or the soft part of your head. Stretch your hand and place your palm firmly on your Sahasrara and gently massage it clockwise 7 times. Mother, please integrate these qualities within me so that I can be a reflection of all the divine qualities, so that I can become an instrument of the love and compassion that the divine intends to spread in the world. Mother, please make me be self-respecting towards myself. And please integrate all these beautiful qualities inside of me. Mother, please take me deeper in this self-introspection and self-realization. Let's slowly bring our hands back in our laps, palm facing upwards. And let's continue to be in meditation for a little while with some music. And then we will listen to a short talk on the same topic given by Srimataji Nirmala Devi, who is the founder of Sahaja Yoga. And I will see you after the talk.
in a very funny manner, I would say, separately. Everyone thinking they are the best, the chosen ones, the highest ones, the greatest ones, believing in themselves. They started going down and down and down. The reason is, there is no respect for each other. And the respect is not there because there is no respect for oneself. If you respect yourself, you respect others. But when you have no respect for yourself, you cannot respect others. But if you bombastically say that I am this, I am that, I am that, anybody, then your ego works. And ego makes you a person who does not know about yourself. If somebody has respect for oneself, he will never push forward. He will never try to do something prominent. He will never try to show off. On the contrary, such a person would be hesitant to do something out of the way, something arbitrary, something showy, because it is absurd and it is stupid. So to do something stupid is a sign of ego. Absolutely, ego makes you stupid and ultimately become idiotic. So the respect for oneself has to be developed. And as Sahaja Yogis, you have to respect yourself. We are Sahaja Yogis, so how can we do like? As I told you that if you teach your children all the time that you are Sahaja Yogis, you are something exceptional, then they will have respect for themselves, self-respect. This is a very good word, self-respect. I don't know how many people know about it. Only when they are insulted or troubled, they think of their self-respect. Otherwise, they go amok and behave in such a manner that as if they have no self-respect. So as Sahaja Yogis, we have to have self-respect. And when we have to have Sahaja Yoga as our manifestation, as our personality, as yogis, we have to have a sense of self-respect. And even now you can find, on the periphery you find many people who lack self-respect and understanding. Some people are still sort of parasitic. Some people hang on to things when they are told not to hang on. Take it easy, to work it out. They try to assert, no, we'll be there, we are going to be there, we are going to fight it. That's not for a self-respecting person. It's a foolish thing to do. Like two persons were going, one up on the staircase, another coming down. So the one who was going up in his ego, he says, you better move, I don't move for fools. So the another one says, I do, and he went. So this is what is the sign of a sensible, wise, self-respecting person. He doesn't go into fights, he doesn't go into unnecessary discussions and arguments and assertiveness, but he sees, waits, is it worth it? But when it comes to protection of truth, he stands up and he can fight for a lot of courage for the truth. I think self-respect is the first beginning for Sahaja Yoga, is to develop self-respect in their inner being as well as in their manifestation. It shows very well in protocol also. Like I've seen people who, supposing you have to go to Brighton. Mother is going, alright, we'll go in her car. If it was for my love, that's different. But just to save some money, let's just jump into the car. That's not a sign of a good surgery. Then it is also in power when they have to express their power, you see. Like the other day, one girl came to me. She had given a realization, she was alright. Second day she came, mother, I lost my vibrations. I said, why? What happened? With whom were you talking? So she told me the name of a lady who was asked to get out of surgery. Alice. And she talked to Alice. This Alice was allowed to come to the program, but she took over. As if she's a great surgeon, explaining Surge Yoga to this lady and finished her vibrations. Now this lady is such an important thing because she was going to Florida. If she is just allowed to come in the program, she thinks she's now a very big surgeon and she can talk to anyone, whatever she wants. And spoil the vibrations of another person. If I have appointed somebody as a leader, it is not on the basis of their looks or education or anything, but on their vibrations and their dedication. So the surgeons have to seriously think about it. Such people are always around to show off their knowledge. You see, Sahaja Yoga is so easy knowledge part. It is very easy. Anybody who is intelligent enough can read, this is the chakras, this is this, they can give big lectures, explain this deity sits on this chakra, etc. But the compassion and knowledge, hand in hand, makes a surgery. Now some people have another style, is of compassion.
So whenever you're ready, you slowly open your eyes. I hope you're as relaxed as I am. So, as a part of being more self respecting and trying to respect others, try to be a little more intentional towards yourself and introspect a little more. Because more often than not, whenever we react, we end up having guilt later. So, we don't want that. So, whenever you're in a situation where you're about to react, your anger is getting over you, your ego is getting over you, your resentment is getting over you, just tell yourself, not this time, and just step out. So, with that thought, I'm going to say goodbye to you for today. And before we finish the meditation, we will raise our attention, raise our Kundalini, and put ourselves in a bandhan. So I'll hopefully see you again next week. We'll have some music running for a little while longer. So try to maintain your state of meditation for a few more minutes before you conclude the session. So we'll leave the music running for you and I'll see you next time.